Alrighty, hello there, welcome. My name is Claire Kessler. I'll be your professor this year for VITI 301, Budbreak to Harvest. This is a spring course. This is currently spring of 2025. Very exciting. Happy New Year. And this is just the online version of this course. I'm just going to go through and record these and post these to YouTube for you guys so you can have access to it. So let's just get started. Welcome. Very excited to have you guys this year for the course. We have a lot of students, which is really exciting. It really feels like the program is very new, and we're all very happy to be here, of course, but it feels like since the pandemic and with everything else that's been happening, it's finally starting to break ground and really start to take some traction. So we're really happy to have more students, more enrollment, and just excited to see where this program goes. So overview of what we're going to talk about today. Just welcome to VITI. We have some exciting developments and some resources available to you as a student. We also have some important links for the class that I'm going to share, and tips for success and student learning objectives. So yes, welcome to VITI. VITI is just a short acronym for the program, but it does stand for Viticulture and Enology. It's a program here at Folsom Lake College. So viticulture is the grape growing side, like everything that happens in the vineyard, and enology is fermentation science as well. But as this program continues to expand, we're hoping to offer courses in winery business management, more focused specifically on wineries, and much more as well. So we'll see how that goes, but that's where we're at right now. I do have linked to the slides, this program map. We do have an associate's degree, our Associates of Science, and also a certificate. So this is just our little website here for viticulture. We have overview. One of our students, Caitlin, she's fantastic. She talked about her experience here in the program, which is very nice. We have some maps for what's required for these degrees. So you can see the courses that you need to take, some English writing, statistics, and so forth. Those are just recommended. If you go to, that's the recommended timing that you take it, right? If you go to degrees and certificates, you can see the degree requirements for the Associates of Science. And then you can also see the certificate requirements here as well. So if you're interested in pursuing the whole degree or the whole certificate, that's available for you to look into. And then also just take a look at the courses that we offer, right? So currently we have specialties in viticulture and enology courses, and wine tasting courses as well. So VITI 300 is just an introduction to everything. VITI 301, the viticulture courses mirror what's happening in the vineyard. It's very cyclical and seasonal. So unfortunately, these courses are only available at one time of the year. So keep track if you're going to enroll when that's offered. Right now, we're doing this, 301, Budbreak to Harvest. We also have 303, which is harvest through dormancy in the fall. And then the really fun part, the wine tasting courses. We have wine component tasting. This is like food and wine pairing, wine hospitality. That's offered in the summertime. VITI 304, VITI 305, Wines of the World, Wines of California, and Wines of the Sierra Foothills. Those are offered. Wines of the World is in the fall, and then the other two are in the spring. But the exciting thing is if you are... you should be 21 and up to take these courses, but if you are 18 and above, you are allowed to sip and spit under supervision. I am RBS certified, and we do only serve what we are legally allowed to, but it's still a really good experience, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's a really good way to meet people. And the price of these courses to take at the community college are such a good value for what you get, because you're paying around, probably close to $150 for the 3-unit course. For a 1.5-unit course, you're paying half of that. It's an 8-week course, and every week you get to taste wine. And you get to meet people who are like-minded or are also interested in wine. It's a great community that we've built in this program, and I'm just really excited to share it and also be part of it. So that's the viticulture website. If you'd like to learn more about that and just see what we have, definitely utilize it. It's linked here in the slides. Cool. So benefits to getting your degree or even looking into working in this industry would include there's lots of jobs and also lots of opportunity too. So here we are in Placerville in El Dorado County, and living in this kind of center We are at the heart of the whole Sierra Foothills AVA. It's a very large winemaking region. All of California in general is a huge winemaking region. There's lots of jobs and opportunity and community here. So you could work in the vineyard if you have a green thumb and you like being in the outdoors. Winemaking if you like fermentation science and want to kind of itch that creative side of your nature. There's hospitality management, event coordination. You know, wineries are known to throw some of the largest and most fantastic events. And it's not all just for, you know, drinking and gluttony. Like sometimes wineries throw events for fundraisers for very important causes, like the Caldor Fire, and other events that might be important to your community. So that's a very, very important job. It's good for the winery, of course, and it's good for anything that you're raising money for, too. Sommelier, that's the fancy word of the lovely person who serves wine and also provides food and wine pairings, someone who's extremely knowledgeable in wines of the world, where it comes from, winemaking styles, the intricacies of labels, major wineries. There's a lot of history involved in that, too, because with winemaking regions throughout the centuries, there's been changes in borders between like France and Germany, who owns property and why these wine styles are influenced in certain ways. So if that really interests you, sommelier might be the route for you at the end. We also have food and wine pairing, just in general, marketing, and so much more. I'd also like to add like, is it GIS? Where you do all the mapping of vineyards and you use the drone footage and work with that. That's also a whole nother component that could be applied as well. So anyways, the list just goes on and on. There's so many folks in the wine industry. It's its own little world of opportunity. So it's a very cool thing to be a part of. Okay, the exciting news is that we have a student demonstration vineyard on its way. And this is very exciting because this is our classroom right here, A105. It's in the back of this building. And we have this here. This is where we do our winemaking, our crush pad. This is currently just a grass lawn with some trees on it. So we have raised the money thanks to Marianne Eitzman and the help of many folks at the Harris Center to build the student demonstration vineyard, which is fantastic because if we're going to teach viticulture, we need a vineyard to work on during class time, right? So the exciting thing is that this should be breaking ground hopefully this spring. The downfall is that it won't be available to our class yet, at least not for this year. So with that being said, we're going to schedule lots of guest speakers. I'm going to try my best to bring in a lot of really knowledgeable folks to make this a really enriching experience for you guys. And I'm also going to make available some vineyard time on the weekends at Boger Winery, so you can come get your hands dirty and practice things like pruning and see how we do things over there. So we're going to make the best of it. It's going to be a really good year, but this is really exciting, new thing that's going to be happening hopefully very soon. Okay, so some more links to the class. I like to put this important stamp on the slide because if you're new to the whole thing, to the college or to the program, this is just kind of a nice little cheat sheet of things that you should bookmark on your website, you know, here to get started. And I wonder why this is no longer in presentation mode. There we go. Sorry. Oh, it's because I was browsing around. Okay, so getting online to our class on the Canvas website. So I have it linked here. So to sign in to Canvas, you can just go on to Los Rios single sign-on, and it will take you to this sign-in page. So Los Rios single sign-on. And then you'll have to type in your student ID and then your password that you created to set up to enroll at the college, right? Then you should get a board that looks a lot like this, where you have tiles, and it's going to look different because I'm an employee and you're a student, right? But you should have Canvas, which looks like this beautiful sun here. Click on that, and then it has me sign in again. I don't know if it's going to ask you to sign in again, but there is special security involved with that, and it's just loading. Beautiful. Okay, so that should take you to your dashboard. This is going to show all the courses that you are currently enrolled in at the college. And if not, if you're having issues, just send me an email. We can help you troubleshoot and find your information. This is us right here, VITI 301, Budbreak to Harvest. So if you click on this tile, it'll open up our class website. I also want to mention that there's some navigation here on the left side. So this is the dashboard. This is where we are currently. Courses, if your course is not listed here, you can try looking under courses, and you can try finding your course and then adding it to your dashboard. It's also your calendar for important events that might happen. I mean, I'm not going to be posting anything in the calendar, but I think Canvas automatically uploads when you have quizzes that are due and stuff, so that's available to you. Inbox is really helpful. You can send me a direct message through the inbox here, and I can respond to you through this inbox. You can do any of your teachers, professors, etc. Through here, so that is an option for communication. So we'll just go ahead and open up VITI 301, Budbreak to Harvest, and boom, here's our course. I also have a lot of these important links here on the front page. This is our front page of our class. And so we have our syllabus, our class schedule, and then an anonymous class survey. I'll go over those in just a moment. If you'd like to contact me, like I said, you can send me a message here through the inbox, or you can send me a direct email through Outlook. This is my email, claire.kessler@flc.losrios.edu. You might see, like, through some other resources, some other emails. They're all aliases. They're all synonymous. They all go to the same inbox. So if you see the Kesslec, KESSLEC @flc.losrios, blah, 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 that's the same gets routed to the same source. So you don't have to worry, it all goes to the same place. This is a good option if you want to send something to me that needs like a more immediate response. That's the email that's connected to my phone. So if it's time sensitive or something that's very important, you're welcome to send me an email through there, or just honestly whatever's convenient for you. I won't be upset in any way. Okay, here's a little bit about me, which is cool. You can read that later if you want. Important links. We have the class syllabus here, class schedule, anonymous survey. Let's go ahead and hop into, well, actually, there's one more thing I want to say, sorry. This navigation pane here will help you a lot through Canvas. We have announcements. Syllabus will also be posted here as well, just another link. Files, this is where you're going to find the lecture slides. So if you want to reference, print out, write on top of, doodle on top of these will be available under that files section. So this is where we are right now, currently. And you should be able to click on these and open up those links still. Cool. Next is assignments and quizzes. These are kind of synonymous. You will have a quiz. It's not published yet, but you will have a quiz that covers this presentation, and it will be due Wednesday, let me pull up my calendar here. Wednesday the 29th, right at 6 p.m. So every time a quiz is due, it'll be due right before our in-person session, which is on 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. So you'll just have one quiz to do every week, and it just summarizes what you learned in the previous week. So try to keep that consistent so that way you're not confused about any due dates. So assignments and quizzes will be assigned. You know, these are synonymous. Just treat these the same thing. And then grades, your grade will be published. Here, as you complete work, you can keep a look on how you're doing in the class, right? So that's helpful. There's some other resources available for you guys as students, but that's all you really need to know to navigate the class. Those are the big important things. Quizzes are a thing. Exams will be just like the quiz, but much larger, right? So quizzes are generally 20 points. Exams are 100 points each. So they'll be the same format as a quiz. You'll take it online from the comfort of your home. Just log in. You'll have the whole day to do it. Just log in and then complete it. It'll be the same format of multiple choice, true or false, short answer questions, or matching, stuff like that. So pretty straightforward. And with that, let's just go straight into the syllabus. So here is our course syllabus. Try to make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, cool. So yes, this is us, VITI 301. Here I am. If you are taking this course online, I will post the videos every Monday and upload it to YouTube. On Wednesdays, I will come in person and perform that same presentation in person for those that like the in-person teaching method and really want to be able to ask questions right away and get that experience. I'll be available Wednesday nights to do that. As far as labs go, we're not going to have a lot of labs for this class because we don't have access to a vineyard during class hours, and there's just not a lot that we can offer yet for hands-on work. Like I said, we'll bring in guest speakers, and I will have opportunities to work in the vineyard on weekends, but I cannot require you to come to class on weekends when we're not actually scheduled for class. That's not right. So that will be available for your learning pleasure, and if I can find a way to record that work, like through a GoPro or something, and upload it, I'll look into that, but I'm not going to make any promises right now on that. Okay, so I do have an office. That's where I'm currently recording from. It's EDC Building B. It's the second floor, room 239. If you'd like to come see me during an office hour, just schedule an appointment. I don't really have set office hours, but I will make time to help you and talk if you need it. And it could be anything. It could be about the class. It could be about any recent developments and something personal that you need to talk to someone. It's an open space. I am an instructor, but I'm also a friend, and I'm committed to helping you guys be successful and getting you in touch with the resources that you need so you can get through whatever you're going through. Okay, student learning outcomes for the class. Describe and demonstrate the theory and practices of vineyard management to produce wine grapes of optimum quality. Great, sounds fantastic. Properly apply canopy management techniques for crop optimization by suckering, leaf and cluster thinning, petiole analysis, and application of fertilizers. So if that seems completely foreign to you, it's okay, don't worry, we'll learn about it. Explain and identify grapevine anatomy and understand how physiology is affected by fertilizer and irrigation techniques for vineyards. Describe and explain the relationship between environment, common vineyard pests and diseases, and know how to effectively control identified pests and diseases. Describe and demonstrate the measurement of Brix, pH, and total acidity of wine grapes. So those are the things that are set by the district that I'm required to teach you. But I went over this in class Wednesday night. But if there is something that you would like to learn about that's not mentioned here, or anything specific that you think might be mentioned, but you just want to make sure you can learn about it, send me an email and say, hey, this year I'm really hoping to learn about this. Well, I will do my best to include it in the coursework. The class is actively being written. This is my first time teaching this course. So it's really an exciting opportunity for you as a student to, shape the course of that coursework, which is pretty cool, I think. So don't be shy. I mean, it's my job to teach you. So I think that'll be fun. Okay, class layout. I'll post a YouTube lecture link to our class schedule and a quiz for you to complete on Mondays, right? Wednesdays, we will meet at EDC and enjoy the same presentation for those who want to be in person, and an activity if I have one, right? If I have an activity, if I do end up coming up with an activity, it's required, I will let you all know, or we'll find a way to accommodate online learning as well, so that way you're not being docked points for those of you that have reached out specifically and asked to take this course online. So if something pops up like that, we will address it, don't worry. Quizzes will be online on Canvas, and also exams, right? Every lecture will contain a summary of what's called learning objectives, which we'll have some for today, we'll go over, and also recommended readings, which is not included in today's presentation, but will be next week. So I always like to outline what you should have learned, hopefully by the end of each presentation, so that way you can focus on those topics and review, so that way you're ready for the quiz. I don't like any surprises. One of the things that I was most frustrated about as a student in college was, or even high school or any time, was I'd spend an enormous time studying for something, but I didn't study the right things. And so there's a disconnect and miscommunication that I would get upset because I felt like my grade didn't reflect how hard I worked on that subject sometimes. So that's why I really like learning objectives. It's just a straightforward path of, hey, this is an open communication. This is what I would have liked you to learn. And also, I know I talk a lot, and I like to add a lot of extra fun facts and stuff, so I don't want to confuse anyone. I want that to just be enjoyable. So the learning objectives outline exactly what I want you to focus on, that you will be quizzed on. Okay, field trips and guest speakers, like I mentioned, they're not required. Guest speakers will be in person. For those people who are taking this course in person, I'd really appreciate it if you do come. It's always nice when we show respect to the people that are going out of their way coming in to present to you that we have a good audience. So that would be nice. Cool. Textbooks and materials. So we have the Grape Grower's Handbook by Ted Goldammer and General Viticulture by Winkler, Cook, and much more. And these two textbooks, are like the Bible of viticulture. They're not required for this course, but I highly recommend that you get them. You can get them for a really good price. I think one of these you can find on this used book website called Alibris or Alibri, I'm not sure. You can also potentially find a lot of your other textbooks on this website as well at a really good price. So I highly recommend looking into it. Again, on these two textbooks, there have been times where we have had questions in my other viticulture course that we couldn't find an answer to online, and we didn't know, and no one else knew, that we found the answer in this textbook, in either of these textbooks. So there is important information in these books that you cannot access online. So I just want to emphasize, if you have a vineyard and if you really want to get the most out of this experience, get the textbooks. Otherwise, I'm not going to test you from the textbook. The information I present on in class will be from these textbooks. And I'll reference that in the slides. But that's just for you. Okay. Grading scale is just an average college grading scale. The course will exist mostly of quizzes and exams. We should have roughly around 10 quizzes this class at 20 points each, going for a total of 200 points, and that's 40% of your final grade. Exams, we'll have 3 exams at 100 points each, 300 points, which would be 60% of your final grade. Next, we have some important spring dates. So if life happens, you need to drop the class and you want your refund and your money, etc. These are the important dates that you need to pay attention to if you would like to get your money back, etc., and so forth. There's also a website to this calendar here, and it lines out all the holidays and everything too. It's linked right here. Okay, learning accommodations. If you just have any special requirements or things that you need help with, reach out to me. I feel like I'm very good about this, and mostly because it's my job. It's my job to help you learn. So if you need something, just let me know, and I'm happy to accommodate. So fantastic. Okay, communication. Check your Canvas website often, especially if you're an online learner. That's where we'll be communicating, is through Canvas. I would also really appreciate it if you could sign up through Discord. I do have an invite link below here. Discord is just a fantastic communication hub for our program. There's been times where we have a guest speaker or a really cool wine tasting set up, and there's just so many students across all of the courses and people who, were a student last year and still want to be in touch, or people who aren't a student yet but want to be involved and see. It's a fantastic communication hub where we do it all, right? Internships, opportunities, wine tasting groups, course materials, everything is through Discord, and it's just a really easy way to communicate. So I'd really appreciate it if you could sign up for that, but it's not required if you don't want to. And then I will just say, here we go, student code of conduct. Just keep being the awesome people that you are. I've never had any problems in my class. You are obligated to abide by the code of conduct. So, if you're into reading the fine print, you know what you are liable for and what your expectations for your behavior is. I have it linked here. You're welcome to check it out too. Also, like student rights, right? So that's important. Okay, so important helpful links. This is also listed on our course here. We have our class schedule. And so I'll just go ahead and click through here since we're on this one. So class schedule. So like I said, the course is being actively written. I have it outlined, but as far as we have a guest presentation here on Wednesday, February 19th that you will not be quizzed on. So the schedule is going to be changing and flowing all the time, right? But as long as you remember to keep looking at the schedule and being updated and you know what's going on, you should be in a good spot. So here we are. This is our recording for introductions. And what I'll do is when I'm done recording this and I upload it, I will link it here to introductions, right? Then when I upload and record then upload lecture 1, I will link it here as well Or if you want to just bookmark my YouTube channel, you can just go to my YouTube channel and it'll all be on the playlist in chronological order, right? And then you'll have a quiz that's due in relation to this, right? You'll also have a quiz that's due in relation to this, be quiz number 0, and it will be due on Wednesday, right? So that's a thing. I do want to point out, look at our schedule here. On Wednesday the 29th, we're not going to have an in-person class because it's Unified Symposium, and I need to go to that for relations with UC Davis and Fresno State. So I will not be able to come back in time to lecture for Wednesday, but I will record the lecture Monday and post it for you guys. So it'll be the same presentation, but we'll just have to do online next week. Okay, so just a nice little reminder there. So cool, yeah. And then I also have the holidays in here, right? So no class, George Washington's birthday, and then we have a guest presentation that Wednesday. No class, spring break. We have a lot of holidays this semester. Cesar Chavez Day as well. So what I'll do is I'll probably, I don't know how I'll address that yet for online learning, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's the class schedule, and that's what we have so far. Cool. Okay, back to the syllabus. Here's also another link for Los Rios single sign-on. I included this here because I sent out a welcome email with the syllabus in there, so if you needed to access, you have it there. Discord invite. So I'm just going to go ahead and open Discord from my end and give you a tour of what it looks like, right? So I have 2 different Discords. We have a Discord for the college for the viticulture group, and this is for the courses, the students from wine tasting, right? So if you choose to accept the Discord the Discord invite, you'll see here, Discord's also used for the gaming community, so sometimes you'll see your friends and what they're playing, right? Anyway, so we have on this left side, this is our server here, FLC VITI group. We have welcome and rules, announcements, wine tasting groups here. We just had a Croatian wine tasting, so we made a post here. This is Elizabeth. She was our presenter. She's just saying thank you. We have another wine tasting coming up, Wines of Brazil, on February 7th, which is very exciting. And then we have internships and jobs. We actually do have a job posting here from Frog's Tooth Winery. They're over in Murphy's. And VITI scholarships. A lot of VITI scholarships available that people need to apply to. So you might qualify. Check it out. And then we also have some more channels as well. So Liza, which we'll go over in just a second. And then we have all of the courses here as well, right? Which I'll add VITI 301 here very shortly. So if you want to, you can, message your fellow students on here, ask questions about the class, reach out to each other, message each other. Sometimes students will post interesting articles about things that we learned about in class, kind of follow up, and much more. So you can also message me personally through here. You can send me a direct message. Again, this is connected to my phone, so you can send me a message through there or even have a phone conversation. And this is a completely free service. You can use it just on your computer. You can also download an app on your phone and use it directly through your phone. So next I'll go into the Liza. So we have free wine analysis here at Folsom Lake College that we provide to local home winemakers, local industry, and also like the wineries as well. So I've created a separate server for that for folks who are interested, because we have folks that are just interested in the services and not the classes. So that's Folsom Lake College wine analysis services here. So this is great to join on separately. If you'd like to join, I can send you an invite, or you might be able to find us if you just type in Folsom Lake College Wine Services. And this is great because I'm keeping everyone up to date on, holiday breaks when we're not in service. Currently the device needs to be serviced and calibrated. So we're trying to raise some money for that. We're trying to create a bank account where people can donate, whatever, like a GoFundMe kind of thing. It has to all be very official because it's through the college and for a college device. So I'm in the works of doing that right now. But if you'd like to join this and be in the loop for what's happening for services, or you'd like to have a separate conversation with me about that, just let me know. So yeah, that is our Discord group. And it's a fantastic hub. Okay, let's go back to the syllabus. And then here is my YouTube channel. Let's see, I have a lot of tabs open. Okay, here we are. Perfect. Okay, so this is my YouTube channel. This is me. If you would like to, well, when you watch these videos, you just go to playlists. And I have every course I've recorded on a playlist. So once this is recorded and uploaded, you'll see VITI 301, Viticulture Practices from Budbreak to Harvest. This will be the first video in that playlist, and as we go, I'll keep adding more videos in chronological order to that playlist. So you can follow me if you want, whatever. I don't care. I'm not getting any money from this. This is just for fun. And this, you can stay in the loop here too. But this is where I post all my videos for everyone, and they're public. And, you know, hopefully informative. So there's that. Cool. Okay, and that's it for the syllabus. All right, back to our homepage on Canvas. I would like to highlight the anonymous class survey. So this is an anonymous survey, just like it says. You can click on it. It's just a Google form that you can. It's anonymous feedback for me. If you need help with something and you don't feel comfortable saying who you are, that's okay. Like, it's still a safe space to communicate, right? So if you want, you can say which course you're enrolled in, or you could say I would prefer not to say. That's okay. If you do say what class you're in, it gives me a little more direction on if you said something like I'm having a hard time understanding the slides. It'd be hard for me to understand which class you're talking about unless you specify which class you're talking about, right? But if it's not relevant to that, then don't worry, you know. And then we just have some general questions. What are your thoughts? What's going well for you? What's a challenge for you? What can I do to help you succeed? And any additional comments, right? And this could be a criticism, or this could even be a positive, or just like, hey, this is something I noticed that I'd really appreciate, you know, if we did a little more of this. You know, it could be anything, right? So that's available to you guys to take at any time at all during the course. So that's just up. Just exists out there, right? And I do check those, and I do read them. I do really appreciate the feedback, because without any feedback, we have no growth, right? And my perspective is completely different as a teacher from you guys as the students. So any feedback is always extremely valuable, right? Cool. Okay, so that's Canvas. That's our syllabus, our class schedule. We covered the survey. I'm going to head back to this presentation. Whoops. Hello. So Canvas is the website, but there's also a Canvas student app for your phone if you prefer to work that way. The app is also easily installed on a tablet device, right? We did the syllabus, the class schedule, Discord server. There's a link in here for campus Wi-Fi. So if you do come in person, hooking up to campus Wi-Fi can be a huge pain. So there's instructions on this website. It just depends what kind of device you have. If you have an iPhone versus a Chromebook versus an Android, it's all different. So you just open up this website and then just follow the instructions, and then just be patient. If it doesn't let you in immediately, you might have to turn off your Wi-Fi, turn it back on. You might have to forget the Wi-Fi, which is LRCCD. You might have to forget it and then try to reconnect. You might have to restart your device. It's a whole thing. Just know that it's a whole thing because it has to be very secure, right? So that's where you find out how to connect to the internet. So that's important. Cool. All right. Let me just get back onto this. Okay. Tips for success. So this is just an outline of how you can be most successful in this class. Generally, my students do really well in the class because we try to keep it straightforward. There's no prerequisites for this class, right? So it doesn't benefit me to have to curve the grade or make it unnecessarily hard. We're here to learn and have a good time, and so I take a lot of pride in that. But if you are worried about what you're signing up for, these are good things to focus on. So just stay up to date with the class schedule. Check that schedule, check that Google spreadsheet periodically, and just make sure you are aware of what's going on and what's required of you, right? Quizzes are always going to be due Wednesday before class starts at 6 p.m. So if you're a busy person like me, just know that Wednesdays you have an assignment due. Attend Zoom reviews for exams. So I like to do a review for the exam a couple days, or if not a week before the exam. So I'll walk through the presentations that we will be tested on the exam. If you'd like to attend that Zoom meeting, you can ask questions. I'll record it. I'll put it up on YouTube for you to review and watch multiple times if you want. And if you do that, you will 100% be ready for the exam. Like I said, we don't like any curveballs. We're not trying to trick you. We just want you to be successful. Utilize the student learning objectives that are outlined at the end of each presentation. So again, this is just the bullet points that will tell you how to be ready for those quizzes. Rewatch the presentations on YouTube. Sometimes I would go to a lecture at college, an in-person lecture, and I'm just having a bad day, or I just didn't get any sleep. And I didn't learn anything because I was so exhausted that my brain just couldn't mentally do it. So being able to rewatch presentations on YouTube and get a little more information each time or catch something new is very helpful. You can even put them on and just listen to them while you're folding laundry, during your commute, etc. That's really why I love recording these videos. Okay, read the reference material in the textbook. So this is above and beyond. If you want like the UC Davis level education, read the textbooks. That's where I get all this information from. These are the textbooks they use at UC Davis. And so that's going to be the best thing for you. It won't be imperative to your success in this class, but if you want the above and beyond, if you want all the nitty-gritty detail, go for it. You'll be ready for anything. Join the Discord and form study groups. It's really cool that you guys are already utilizing Discord. I think if you guys wanted to do some study groups and work together, that could be another resource for you guys. And then last but not least, reach out and reserve office hour time with me. So I'll make time for you. Just send me an email. If you want to do it over Zoom or if you want to meet in person, just let me know. But I'm here for you guys. Okay, and now we have student learning objectives. So this is what will be on your quiz 00, right? It's just an introduction to the class. These are your student learning objectives. So after reviewing today's material, students will be able to identify courses that are available in the VITI program, navigate Canvas and access the syllabus, class schedule, files, quizzes in your inbox, summarize components of the syllabus, find the anonymous survey, understand the student code of conduct, and agree to adhere by it. So there aren't going to be any crazy trick questions on this one. This is just kind of a practice run so you get introduced to the quiz system and what to expect. Cool. Alrighty, well that is everything I wanted to cover for today. If you have any questions, just send me an email, either through the direct email or through Canvas. I'd be happy to answer those for you. But otherwise, I'm super excited for this semester. I really thank you guys for being here, and we're going to make the best of it. So, we'll see how it goes. Awesome. Talk to you later.